And welcome to SATV's annual meeting of the membership. My name is Jennifer Casco, and I'm Executive Director of Salem Access Television. Today is March 27th, and we are coming to you live from SATV. Thank you. Tonight you'll be hearing from our chairman of the board, our treasurer, and myself to let you, the membership, know where SATV stands as an organization. Later on in the meeting, there'll be an election for 3 open membership seats on our board of directors. And then we'll be taking some time to recognize some outstanding volunteers and producers here at SATV. I would now like to bring up Jack Nutting, the chairman of our board, to formally open the meeting.
Thank you, Jen. I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. It's always good to see you. Seems like these years fly by. I'd like to introduce in the audience George Ahmad, former city councilor, is with us tonight. Of course, you're all familiar with George. He has that wonderful political junkie show every couple of weeks. And also former city councilor Bill Burns is with us, and it's good to see you both. George O'Brien is here also. He certainly has another show on, it's kind of like Man About Town or Man About the State. What's the name of the show, George? Massachusetts Today. So it's good to see you. And that's right, Leo. I should know Leo Jordan, that's for sure. We all see a lot of Leo. He has a great show. Salem Today, is it?
Salem Now.
Salem Now. Well, that's good. We'll change that name. That's why I'm not going to say too much here tonight. Thanks, Bill. All right, let's see. We're going to introduce our board tonight. There's a couple, 3 of them on here. Must be stuck in traffic. With us all tonight is Charlie Walsh. Charlie, you want to say hello? And Sumner Jones. Also, let's see, we have a very capable staff. We have Jennifer Casco, our executive director, who's done a fantastic job since the day we hired her. Ron Cox, director of production and outreach. Can't say enough about Ronnie. David Gauthier, another good man, program director. Jessica Chester, our membership coordinator. Now I'd like to turn it over to Sumner Jones.
Thank you, Jack. My task tonight is to bring you our financial report for the year, which fortunately is another good one. If we could have that, those numbers up there, I'll go through them for our audience here and also our audience at home. What we're doing here is comparing the fiscal year 2000 with fiscal year 2001. You can see that the amount of money we receive under our contract with AT&T increased in the year from $220,000 to $230,000. Last year, in 2000, we did have a capital contribution under our contract of $20,000, which we did not get this year because we weren't supposed to. I think it's noteworthy to look at the amount of money that we have in grants because it represents a tremendous amount of work on the part of the staff here at SATV. That money just doesn't come in. It takes a good deal of work to get it, and it accomplishes a great deal because it allows SATV to reach out to the community and do some innovative programming, and we're really proud of that. On the expense side, in just a moment here, there we go, you'll see that things were pretty much in line with last year. The expenses were a little bit higher, as you'd expect, salary increases and so forth. Rent went up a bit. But the staff at SATV from the very beginning, I think, has done a marvelous job at managing the budget, making sure that we the membership and we, the community of Salem, got the most benefit for the dollar spent, and that's certainly been true in the past year. As a result of this, the profit and loss of free cash, cash reserves actually went up in the year after expenses, and from $13,698 in the prior year to over $20,000 today. That's important because that $20,000 represents a cushion for us to replace equipment, repair equipment as needed. Now, this is an eventful year because this is the last year of our current contract with AT&T. The city is now in the process of negotiating a new contract, and hopefully we will receive the funding we need to continue all of the programs that we've all been involved with at SATV, and we're certainly working in that direction. So that represents the financial report for the year, and now I'll turn it back over to Jen.
Okay, at this time, I'd just like to do a quick little report as to where we stand as a staff and an organization. The annual meeting is always a wonderful time to kind of reflect on where we've been in the past, what status point we're at presently, and where we're looking to be in the future. To see where we've been a weak organization, where we can develop programming, and where we can grow. In the 5 years that I've worked here at SATV, I've seen members come and go. However, the most important thing is that they took something with them from SATV. They had a positive experience while they were here. Whether it be that we helped them put an announcement on the bulletin board to publicize an event that they're involved in, or helping them to learn a new craft in the art of television production. It could be that we just worked with their children after school in any of our many after-school programs, or that we covered a city council meeting that was important to them and they weren't able to attend in person. Our goal is to strive to give the citizens of Salem what they need and what they want. The numbers show that we've been successful since we opened our doors to the public June 3rd of 1994. In our 8 years, we've served approximately 225 members per year that are signed up for membership. That doesn't count all the people that come in and drop off messages or need help with a copy or whatever their issue is. The amount of programming is something we're extremely proud of because it's grown in leaps and bounds. I spent some time digging through old files last week and came across these numbers. During the week of July 15th, 1994, we were just over a month old, and we had 13 and a half hours of programming on one channel. I looked back to a couple weeks ago, and during the week of March 11th, 2002, we were on the air for over 175 hours that week on 3 separate channels, and that doesn't include the bulletin board announcements that are continuously running throughout the day. The thing I find most amazing about these numbers is that it's you, our volunteer producers, who create them. You're the ones who go out and put the time, the effort in, and the amazing part is when I inform people of all these that come across us on the street about all these hours and that they're actually done by volunteers, they don't understand that these people, you the members, feel the need to educate, inform, and entertain their fellow citizens. SATV is an important resource for all of the city of Salem to enjoy. The organization is now at a point in its life where we need to prove to the city that we've developed and we have grown. We've become a resource that the community turns to in times of need and times of celebration. We now need the city to express their support for SATV so we continue to grow over the next 10 years and we continue to give the citizens a voice in the community of Salem. As public hearings are held, we need you, the members of SATV, as well as the viewers of SATV, to attend these hearings. We need you to share with the rest of the city just how you've benefited from the existence of SATV. The first of those meetings is scheduled for just next week. It's next Thursday, April 4th, from 6 to 9, and it'll be held at 120 Washington Street in the City Hall Annex. So we ask that you keep your eyes on the paper for announcement and keep in touch with the staff here at SATV, and we'll do our best to keep you informed about upcoming events and hearings. By showing us your support, SATV promises to be there for you in the future, bringing you new technology, new programs, new community events, and all of our support to see your visions become a reality. And at this time, I'm going to bring Sumner Jones back up. We're going to keep the meeting moving right along, and we're going to start with the membership election for the Board of Director seats.
Thank you, Jen. Actually, I'm pinch hitting tonight for our secretary, Ken Weaver, who I am told is on Nantucket Island. So I guess he could have picked a better time of year to be there. But in any case, I'd like to describe the election process. We have 3 seats available on the board, which the membership elects. We have asked the membership for their, solicited them for interest, and 3 candidates have indicated that they would like to be considered for election tonight. They are Jackie Freitas, Kevin Walker, and Charlie Walsh. However, this is a democratic process for sure, and in the past we have had nominations from the floor and have elected people from the floor. So at this time, I'd like to open the floor up for nominations. Is there any from the floor at this time? Hearing none, I know a lot of politicians in Massachusetts wished it was that easy. I'd like to have a motion to close the nominations at this point. Can I have a motion? Motion is made, and all those in favor? Motion passes. I would like to give each of the candidates a chance to come up and say a few words, even though it's not a contested election. I think it's important that both the people at home and the people here meet you. So maybe in reverse order, if I could ask Charlie to come up first. Charlie?
I believe he's doing this by age. As you know, I'm the president of AARP, and also I'm presently on the board at SATV, and it's probably the most joyful task that I've ever performed, outside of being principal of the Carleton School, in my life. Working with you people, working with the children, working with the staff here has been really wonderful. The people treat you so well. The activity that goes on here is vibrant. I would say to anybody out in that audience, if you haven't been down to this particular studio on Derby Street, then get down here now. This really is a vibrant community. We have so much activity going on here. If you could see the dancers that are here, I can't believe what they do out on that floor, and I probably would have a heart attack if I tried it. But if you could see the activity that goes on, you would really be impressed. The children are very well behaved. The staff provides everything they possibly need. And as a member of the board, it's great to come in and find out what they want, what they need. And I'm looking forward to really bringing this thing into the 23rd century. I want to see all kinds of digital equipment brought in here. It's going to take money, it's going to take time, it's going to take effort. But we are determined to do that. And as a member of the board, I will force that issue with all my heart and soul. So please, if you want, please vote for me. Otherwise, welcome to the other people. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. Now I'd like to invite Kevin Walker to come up if he would like to. Here he is.
Thanks. We don't cover with applause. That is the longest 15 feet that you ever have to walk. So anyway, I'm in the back running sound. I've been a member at SATV since 1995, produced tons of videos of my own and worked with many more, dozens more of other people's projects from acting, writing, post-production, tech, composed a lot of music for different projects. And it's what this place is. It's a TV station, first and foremost. And in some ways, I know that's a big duh kind of thing. Yes, it is. But sometimes I kind of feel it's almost lost as what an incredible resource to come here, be able to do whatever you want. There's a lot less restrictions on things that you can do, things that you can say, controversies that you can bring up. We all tend to be more polite than not. It's just a fun temptation to think of. But the bottom line, the strongest thing here is that community and the community of the people here. Yes, it represents Salem, but I've seen firsthand. I've benefited from it, and I've helped others benefit from getting a phone call from somebody I don't know to ask to come in to do this or that. You come in and do it, and any project that involves everyone becomes much better than if it was even possible for one person to do it all. So I think that is what I would bring to the board, what I intend to bring to the board. I have no other agenda. The creative end is pretty much all I do in this end of it. So I appreciate the opportunity to be on this fine board and to serve in this terrific resource and situation, and would like to continue for many years to come. So thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. And last but not least, I'd like to ask Jackie Freitas to come up.
Thank you. I'll be brief. I'm fairly a new member, been here for not quite a year. I've had a great experience with the staff and a few of the members I've worked with, been involved in some projects. And I'd just like to lend my support and some energy that I have to help the board and to move the station forward. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Jackie. And since it is not a contested election, I would like a motion from the floor to cast one ballot for the slate that you've seen. There's a motion, second. All those in favor? Thank you. The election is over, and congratulations to the new members of our board. And now I'd like to introduce Ron, who has some words for us and a little treat.
Hello, everyone. How you doing? My name is Ron Cox, and I'm the Director of Production Outreach down here at SATV. You know, I can't believe what a great job I have. Every week, I go around the city of Salem, and I spread the news that we have all this incredible electronic equipment that they can use. All they have to do is become a member of Salem Access Television, and they get access to cameras, edit machines, computers, and channel time. Essentially, my job is to teach people how to make their own TV shows. Is that cool or what? But this is an important time for SATV. We're about to negotiate the renewal of our contract between the city and the cable company, which at the present time is AT&T Broadband, which could soon become AT&T Comcast, the biggest cable company in the world. How important is cable access to you? Well, in the upcoming weeks, we're going to need to hear from you. If what you see on one of our 3 channels is something that you like, then show up at one of these meetings, these public hearings, to give you support, share your ideas, and make your voice heard. It's an important time. Just to remember that we are a community TV station. We exist because the people have a right to express themselves. You know, if the 9/11 tragedy taught us anything, it's the importance of communication. We need to talk to each other. We need to stand up for democratic values, the freedoms we hold close to our heart. The diversity of opinion is the commerce of ideas, and that full exchange and expression is what SATV is all about. You know, we didn't get a speaker this year because we thought that a video about the history of access, and SATV in particular, would be a better way to spend the time. So that's what we're going to do tonight. But before I do that, though, I introduce the video, I want to thank all the youth members from the Youth in Action Project, the students from the Greenhouse School that helped make this set and made all these flowers possible. So let's hear it for all those youngsters in Salem. One of the great things about SATV is we do collaborations. We do it with youth groups, students at schools, we do it with senior citizens. We really are a place for everybody in the city of Salem to come and use this resource. And you can see what, also want to thank Leo Joden who helped construct the set. So let's hear it for Leo. So now, without further ado, and since the meeting is really going fast, this is incredible. This is a record, I think, for this since I've been here. I want you to please join me in celebrating almost a decade of public access television with a little video I produced called The Dream of Access.
Over the past 50 years, the impact of television in our lives has been phenomenal. From the early days of 2 or 3 black and white stations to the growth of over 30 networks and 200 channels, we've been thrilled at how this technology could bring us together. Unfortunately, although it could bring back exciting images from outer space, back on Earth, network TV programs were branded a vast wasteland.
They are dull, they are gray, they are insipid, they are like dishwater, just as tasteless and just as nourishing.
But in 1967, with the invention of the relatively inexpensive portable video camera, the most powerful medium of communication was now available to just about everyone. Soon, the idea of ordinary people making their own TV programs was a reality. All across the nation, citizens were effecting social change and making television a more democratic medium. Instead of programming being used to promote the revenues of corporations, we now had TV shows serving the public interest.
A lot of theorists in this country and in many other places got the idea that this was going to be a way of democratizing the medium. They learned the hard way all the difficulties.
I suppose one of the first times I saw the porta-packs and what this equipment could do was in the loft at Rain Dance, and then also George Stoney and others brought some equipment by the FCC. And I was really fascinated by it. I still am to this day. Hey, let me try that little camera. I really would like to play with it. Whoops. Oh, I got you. Hey, this is really fun, man. I'm figuring this thing out here. Nothing was more passive than our relationship to television. And so the notion of being able to activate people to participate in this process was very exciting to me. The commission was coming up with rules to regulate the cable industry. In general, historically, they'd been very anti-cable. And so this new set of rules was coming up, and they thought it'd be kind of nice if I would vote with the majority on this. And I held out for the notion of public access channels as a requirement for cable systems, kind of as in exchange for my vote for the rest of it, some of which I didn't have that much enthusiasm for. Hey, wow, that's really freaky, man. Hey, I really like this thing. I think there were some in the cable television industry who may have seen this as a way of getting more subscribers. They'd have something else to sell. I suspect there were some at the FCC and in the broadcasting industry who saw this as one more burden to lay on the cable industry in the hopes they could keep it from ever going anywhere and growing. It was going to be additional expense, take channels from them, and so forth. Some probably saw it as just a good American thing to do. And I suspect there are a lot of folks who just didn't pay cable much mind back then. I mean, cable didn't have much to sell. There weren't very many homes wired compared with the half of the nation at the present time. And I figured, what the heck, somebody wants it, let's let them have it, get on with the next item on the agenda.
It was in 1972 that the FCC passed the first regulations that required cable companies to provide access channels for the cities and towns they served. As part of their use of the public's right-of-way, which are the poles and underground cables, each community could negotiate their own contract with the cable provider. New York City became the first community to get a public access station, and soon these new facilities were springing up everywhere.
Since we are pioneering in our cable TV, we must have you on our tape. Now, would you like to say hello to the people?
We were convinced that it would work, that this would work, and we are out to demonstrate it.
What in the world, sir, is a kazoo? Well, if you remember the olden days when they had a comb and they put a piece of tissue paper over it and whistle through it, this is the same thing, only it's made as a little instrument. All right. All you do is hum into it.
In 1992, the city of Salem joined the movement and began their own negotiations. 2 years later, in 1994, after extensive renovations by volunteers and staff in a building located at 285 Derby Street, the Salem Access Television Corporation was founded.
Well, I think it's a tremendous opportunity for individuals and groups to communicate with the community. I think of all of the communities that have local access TV, I can't think of any that to which it's more appropriate than Salem, just because Salem is such a vibrant community with so many institutions and organizations active in this community.
Dedicated to promoting communication and building community spirit, this non-profit organization, known as SATV, first opened its doors on June 3, 1994, with great hopes for the future.
Oh, whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sun is going down. And the moon began to rise.
The mission was simple: to provide the residents with access to television equipment, training, and time on one of our PEG channels.
The idea of a PEG access, which stands for Public, Educational, and Governmental Channels, is what gives the citizens of Salem the opportunity for true local community programming. Whether it's using our community bulletin board to keep up on local events, watching governmental meetings or school plays, or even the taping of a local comedy show, SATV provides the resource to make it happen.
Over the last 10 years, SATV has grown significantly. What started out as one channel with 13.5 hours of programming per week has expanded to 3 channels and 175 hours of programming each week.
SATV is your community TV station. It's about real people doing real things. Ordinary citizens coming together to be heard, to express their concerns, share their interests, and even entertain us.
The programs are as diverse as the people who make them. With shows like Inside Salem, Behind the Badge, and Salem Now, which provide a discussion on the issues, to programs such as Senior to Senior, which is produced by the Council on Aging as a community service, SATV continues to provide an opportunity for dialogue. There are programs being produced by young students from the Collins Middle School, such as Under the Cap, as well as sports activities being taped by the Salem High School Video Club. Collaborations have been created with other agencies such as Salem State College and the Massachusetts Cultural Council that have led to programs such as ArtsView and the Youth in Action Project. Of course, SATV has always been supportive of the many events that take place in Salem, such as Haunted Happenings, Heritage Days, and the annual July 4th celebration. And over the years, SATV volunteer producers and staff have been honored with national awards for creative programs such as 285 Live, The Woody Farrick Show, and Artist Profile. Whether it's expressing an idea, promoting an activity, or sharing your talents with the rest of Salem, SATV has evolved as a vital institution that empowers the individual's ability to communicate. We believe that through our mission of providing access to electronic media, we promote communication, and contribute to building community spirit. Join us in supporting the dream of public access and keep it alive and growing in the city of Salem.
All right, at this time, do you want to grab the stuff? We'd like to take a few minutes to recognize some outstanding producers and volunteers. We used to just lump it all into volunteers of the year, and we would figure out who had put the most time in and who was the most beneficial. About a year ago, we decided that we really wanted to recognize outstanding producers, someone that was producing a show on a regular basis and was consistently adding to our programming. So last year was the first year that we kind of switched things up a little bit. And this year we sat around the table, the staff, tossing around names, trying to figure out who we should recognize this year as the producer of the year. When all of a sudden it came to our attention that we have one producer who's been producing a show regularly here every month for 7 years now. Just after we opened, he started producing his program and has been here for the 5 years I've been here every single month without fail, except for one time when he was in the hospital and he called and said, "I'm sorry, I won't be able to get there for my show today." But the person I'm speaking of, many of you probably know, is George Ahmed. He produces a monthly show called Inside Salem with currently with Bill Burns, Jim Fleming, Mark Blair, and who else am I forgetting? Is that it? And guest appearances by other people. Is that pretty much the regular group, I think? So at this time, I'd like to invite George up to receive an award. His name has been engraved in a plaque that will hang up in the front of SATV along with all the other people. And we'd like to recognize George at this time.
How much time do I have?
2 minutes. Plenty of time.
You know, when I was elected city council, that was one of the greatest moments I ever had. This is right up there with them. You get emotional when you get something like this. But I want to thank Bill Burns, who started with me, Jim Fleming. Later on, Mark Blair came on. And when I was on the city council, my mentor, Lenny O'Leary. So I kind of take this home.
That one goes up front. This one you take home. That stays there for everyone to see.
I want to thank my wife for support, but most of all, my family. Without them, I couldn't have put the show on. And my son-in-laws, my son, all of them worked hard. It was really great. Thank you very much for this honor. This morning.
Thank you very much. Excellent work. And at this time, Ron's going to go through and introduce our volunteers of the year.
Thank you, Jan. What people don't realize is, or some people might realize, but not enough, that this is a volunteer-based organization. That means the programming you see and the work that's done around here is done by volunteers. People who give up their time, are not reimbursed in any kind of way, by cash certainly, but what they do get is a chance to do collaborations with people, to help out in community television, and that's what happens down here at Salem Access TV. We're lucky to get a lot of volunteers, and tonight we're going to recognize 3 of them. I'd like to start off recognizing someone who has been with us for 3 years. She's the kind of person that when an event needs to happen, a lot of people think that staff does it, but it's really the volunteers who come forward to say, hey, anything need taping? I'll do it. Well, this person is that kind of person that when we need some event taped, she'll do it. She also gets involved, other parents involved. She works very closely with the schools as a PTO person. And she's gotten a lot of people, in fact, as an outreach person, to reach out into the community to get them involved and use our resources. Well, at this time, I want to welcome to the stage one of the volunteers of the year, Claire White Sullivan. Let's hear for her.
Do I have to say something now?
It's never been a problem before.
I'm never very comfortable actually in front of the camera. I prefer it behind, but I would like to say thank you to the people who brought this center here to Salem, because my life has been certainly enriched by it, and so is the life of my family. I do use the opportunity to volunteer sometimes to escape from my family too, but it's a wonderful creative place to be involved in. And I'd also like to say thank you to George, who does a wonderful show, George O'Brien, who stopped by my house and actually told me about Salem Access when a friend of mine was running for school committee. I'm not sitting on the PTO, but some of my friends do, and I encourage a lot of people in the schools to go out and tape the events that go on in the schools, because without parents willing to tape those events, we really don't get a chance to see all the wonderful things the teachers and educators do with our children. And it's very important for people, not only in this community, but in others, to see positive things about America in general, not just Salem. I've often sent tapes of events that I have covered here in Salem, actually, to England and to Ireland, to my family and to family members, because I really do want people to see other parts of America that they don't often see on mainstream television. And the feedback I've gotten back from my nephews and nieces so far, especially about haunted happenings and events here for kids, it's been really great. So I'd highly encourage others to do the same thing. And it's been really fun working with you, Ron.
Also, Claire, if there was an award for the amount of time you spent doing your credits, you'd certainly get that one, too. The next person, next volunteer I'd like to honor tonight is someone who you're all familiar with. Has been involved here for 5 years. In fact, this August will make the 5th anniversary of his show, Salem Now. He's a talented carpenter. As you can see, none of these columns would be standing up if it wasn't for Leo. We call him Mr. Fix-It Man because he helps out down here at Salem Access TV, from changing bulbs to fixing things like plumbing. We needed a plumber, and Leo says, I can fix that. The $5 piece of equipment. That would have cost us probably $200, but Leo did it for the cost of the equipment. So, and then lately, he's been a mouse tracker. A couple of mice. I'm not saying there's a lot of them, but he's been very good with that. And he's been a good friend over the years. Anytime I need help with any kind of construction for a set, Leo's been there. So at this time, I want to acknowledge and welcome another Volunteer of the Year, Mr. Leo Joden. Get up here. You got a few words to say. I'm sure you do, right?
Well, I just want to straighten Ron out on one thing. It's not plumbing. It's called toilet. And the mice I've caught, I made myself a nice pair of gloves. But no, I also, they talk so much how helpful I've been to SATV. Well, I have to mention how much help SATV has been to me. Especially all my friends that I've made out there in Salem, some I've never had. Now, I mean, we all start off with one friend. I have thousands. And again, I want to, taking off from, someone mentioned Lenny O'Leary tonight, and he's my ward counselor. He was actually instrumental in pushing me in this direction. And I can't thank Lenny O'Leary enough for that direction. It's proven to be very helpful to the fine citizens of Salem, who I try to get the right information, try to get the facts. Do I see somebody out there with a roll of duct tape? But no, the last thing I have to say is thank you, SATV. And if you're watching this, the only way you're going to find out how beautiful this place is, I know I said it in the past, you have your Disney World, this is my Disney World, and all you have to do is come down, folks, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me 100%. So, again, thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Leo.
And Jennifer Casco, and the board, and the mice. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Leo. Okay, that brings us to our third volunteer, who not only is a volunteer, but has been involved with Salem Access Television since 1994. He's been a member of the board of directors for the last 3 years, a dedicated member of the Salem Commission on Disabilities. He's been involved lately with the Committee on creating a cyberspace here in Salem, doing a lot of work helping them put that together. And if many of you producers out there know, he's been actively working with many of you on graphics and lighting. But even more than that, David Moisen is, anytime our computers break, he's been fixing them. He oversees all of our computer purchases and wiring and setting them up. He essentially has been putting our server together, which is connecting all our computers. This is a person who we've grown to really depend on over the years. And without his volunteerism, a lot of these things would just not be fixed. So this time I want to bring up David Moisen and recognize Volunteer of the Year.
Thank you. This is for you. And I just also want to add real quickly before I let David talk that with David serving on the board the last 3 years has been an incredible experience for me. He's been a wonderful resource, has helped us get through so many issues, and I just want to thank him for all his time, besides all his times here, but particularly now that he's stepping down from the board, all the time that he's put into the board of directors.
Thank you for the kind words, Jen, Ron. Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with all of that. I chose to step down to the board because, truthfully, although I enjoy working with the people, I enjoy getting down to details and getting things working, like getting a server working or getting the computers set up. I'd like to ask all of you who are going to remember the public hearing and help us make sure we can be there for another 10 years to bring bigger and better technology. You've seen some of it tonight. It's just a taste. With your help, I will help bring more of it to SATV. Thank you.
Thank you, David. And again, I want to thank all the volunteers. Those are just a sample of the many volunteers that come down here that donate their time, their efforts, not only to produce programming, but to join crews. A lot of these productions need crews, camera people, the people in the control room. So it's not too late for you people out there to come down, become a member, and you too can join the family of Salem Access TV volunteers. Thank you very much.
All right, at this time, we're cruising right through to the end of the meeting. I'd like to take this time to thank you all here in the audience for joining us and those of you who might be watching at home, and to just say that we look forward to working with you over the next year and can't wait to see you next year at the annual meeting. I'd like to bring Jack Nutting back up now to officially close the meeting.
Hi, Lenny, how are you? Ward 4 City Councilor Lynn O'Leary is out in the audience also, and Linda Vaughn finally made it through the traffic jam there, and she's... Oh, I see. So Laura DeToma, another board member of ours, is in the hospital, and Linda was paying her support to respect to Laura in the hospital. You know, I think after listening to our staff here tonight, I think we ought to consider signing them all up for a long-term contract, so they don't get away to Channel 4, 5, or 7, because I'll tell you, they are something else, and you can certainly enjoy listening to them, and you certainly see what they've accomplished by working with all of you. I'll tell you, I think I'll take this tie off and get down here behind a camera, as long as I don't find any mice running the camera. I think that's it, and I thank everybody for coming, that's for sure. Without people in front of us here, we would not have a great center as we have. So looking for a motion to adjourn? Seconded? All those say aye. The ayes have it, we adjourn. Thank you.